Good morning, one and all. My name is Ilyas. Today we will be discussing one more concept in XML, that is entity references. Right. XML document, okay. So in the previous lecture, okay, we got the clarity that what actually the XML is. Okay, XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. Extensible Markup Language. Right. So this XML document, okay, consists of three different things. You can able to find three things in XML document. So first one is you can able to find the elements, then you can able to find the attributes for the elements and entity references. Entity references. Okay. So these are the three different things you can able to find in an XML document. Okay. Right. So in the previous lecture already we have seen what actually an element is and what actually the role of the attributes is. Okay. So elements means what? Okay. So it's anything, any data represented in between the angulars less than greater than that things can be called as the elements. Okay. And attributes means if you want to add some more extra information for a particular element, okay, you can go with the attributes in XML. Okay, those these elements and attributes we have completed in the previous lecture. So in this lecture, we will concentrate on the other thing, that is entity references. Okay, what actually the entity references is. Okay, suppose for example, if you are writing an XML document, okay, suppose think that you have written one XML document, okay. How to write the XML document, okay. So parent element and the child elements can be there in an XML document, okay. Suppose for example, if you write an XML document like this, okay, with parent element as person, okay, and take some more child elements, okay, like name and age, okay. So some name will be Ramu or Rama, right? Close that element, name, okay, close the child element, and age, okay. The age is less than 18, okay. I want to write like this, okay. So slash person. So, so this document we will call it as a one XML document, okay. Right. So this document will be called as one XML document, okay. Right. So if you write the XML document like this, okay. So here we are using what here? Less than 80. So less than is what? Less than is what? Okay, some symbol. Okay, right. So some special character. Okay, right. So in XML, right. So these using of these special characters will not be allowed. Okay, right. So in XML, special symbols and special characters using is illegal. Right. So directly you can't use, means there is no permission, okay, in XML document, okay, to use this type of symbols directly in the XML document. Okay, right. So this directly using of these symbols, okay, will be illegal in XML document. Okay, right. So if you execute this document, you won't get the output. Okay, so you won't get the output as Rama and the age is less than 18. Okay, you may get some error. Okay, why? Because this is a less than symbol, it is not allowed in XML document. Okay, right. So the special characters, your symbols using is illegal. Okay, how to overcome this problem in XML? Okay, in order to overcome the problem in XML, okay, in order to use the symbols, okay, we will use one concept, that is entity references. Entity references. Okay, Right. So these entity references will be having one syntax, that is ampersand, okay, followed by entity or entity name, then followed by semicolon. Right. So this is the syntax we need to follow. Okay, right. Suppose if you want to use the symbol less than, okay, right. So you have to use the name of that symbol. Okay, right. So in XML we are having 5 different types of entities. Okay, 5 types of entities we can use it. Okay, right. So suppose for example if you want to use less than symbol. Okay, so how we have to use ampersand ELT semicolon, like this we need to write LT. Okay, right. So greater than means GT, percent GT, semicolon we should write. Okay. So like this we will be having different entity references. Okay, right. So less than, greater than, and if you want to use some more symbol like ampersand AFT. Okay, you can use for ampersand symbol, right, for the ampersand. Okay, right. So for apostrophes you can use some symbol, right. So like this actually less than, greater than only mostly will be used. Okay, right. So if you want you can go with some more entity references like ampersand APOS you have to use. Okay, right. So ampersand APOS for apostrophe. Next ampersand QUOT for double quotations. If you want to represent the double quotations, okay, you have to use ampersand QOT. So apostrophes means ampersand APOS we should write, and for this ampersand symbol if you want means ampersand AFP. Less than, greater than symbol if you want means ampersand GT semicolon. Less than means ampersand LT. So these are all what different entities that are available in XML. Okay, right. So if you want to use in the XML code, okay, so we need to use this entity names. Okay, right. We need to use this entity names. Right. So how to use this for the particular document? Okay. Right. So here I wrote one XML document. Okay. Here I wrote one XML document. Here I wrote one XML document. Okay. Right. With person. Okay. Right. With the root elements and the child elements. Okay. Right. So in place of this now less than 80, what I should write is, okay, in order to rectify that mistake, okay, in order to overcome that problem, okay, so what I have to write is, okay, ampersand less than symbol or greater than, okay, so greater than 18 means GT, so less than a semicolon 18, okay, ampersand LT semicolon 80. Okay, so if you write like this, once if you execute, you will get the output as the age is less than 80. You will get the result like this. Means in the output you can able to see this type of symbol. Okay, right. So directly you can't use the symbol here. Okay, right. So here in between the elements you can write some text. Okay, that is nothing but markup. Okay, markup means what? Okay, you can able to add text in between the tags. Okay, right. But what the text, so this type of special symbols like less than, greater than will not be allowed. If you want these less than and greater than symbols at the output side, so we have to use the entity references. Okay, right. So just like ampersand LT semicolon, like that we have to use it. Okay, right. So here this is what like that you can use GT and ampersand AMP exclamatory mark if you want also you can do it. Okay, right, apostrophe S and double quotations like that. The 5 different types of entities you can use in XML. Okay, right. So this is what about XML document. Okay, right. So this will complete the basic things in the XML document. Okay, now you can easily able to write the XML document. Okay, with the elements, with the attributes and entity references. Okay, right. So with the entity references, all these things you can able to write the design one XML document. Okay, right. So after designing an XML document with all these things, okay. Now we will go with another concept, that is how to define the elements in an XML document. How to define the elements in the XML document. For to define the elements, or for to write the definition of the elements in the XML document, to define the elements in XML document, for to define the elements in XML document, okay, right. So we will be using two different concepts, okay. You can describe an XML document, okay, by using two methods. One is DTD and another one is XSD. Right. So these are all two different techniques, two different methods that we can use for to describe an XML document. So DTD, what actually the DTD is? DTD stands for Document Type Definition. DTD stands for Document Type Definition. Document Type Definition, XSD. Right. Extended schema, okay, or extensible schema definition. Extensible schema definition. Right. So here see, if you want to describe an XML document, okay. So just now we have seen how to design how to write an XML document, okay, like with the attributes, with the elements, and with the entity references, okay. So if you design any document, okay, the document definition, okay, description you can write by using DTD and the Excel, okay, right. So here DTD means document type definition. Okay, like some procedure we will follow and we will describe the document. Okay, and by using schema. Okay, by using one structure also we can describe the document. Okay, these two facilities are available. Okay, right. So now we will see what actually the DTD is. Okay, and how to define that particular document. Okay, right. So DTD. So DTD stands for Document Type Definition. Document Type Definition. Right. See here, if you observe an XML document, in the XML document you can able to find different types of elements. That is what parent element. You can able to find the parent element, and you can able to find the child elements. Right. You can able to find two different types of elements actually in the XML document, parent element and the child element. See here, while writing the definition of an XML document, okay, some syntax we need to follow for the parent element and for to represent the child element. Okay, if you want to describe the element of an XML, okay, in DTD, some syntaxes we need to follow. What is the syntax that we need to follow in DTD is less than, okay, exclamatory mark. This is the syntax we need to follow for to describe the element. Okay, right. So here in detail, if you want to see, okay, how we will write the syntax, okay, means how we will write the definition for an XML document. Okay, right. Suppose for the root element, if you want to write means less than exclamatory mark followed by element in capital letters we need to write it, right? So element, then followed by element name, then in this brackets, this is the syntax, okay? Actually, the syntax is this is enough, okay? Less than exclamatory mark and closing the tag, okay? But if you want to write the elements, okay, specific element means less than exclamatory mark followed by in capital letters element, okay, followed by element name. So what element here I will tell you, okay? So it will be followed with the content model, the content model and closing it. Okay, right. So see here element name. So here we are having different arguments. Okay, element is fixed. Okay, in capital letters. What is this another argument that is element name? So this will be of your choice. Okay, you can specify any name. Okay, suppose if you are specifying the root element. Okay, so in the brackets in the content model we need to specify all the child elements. Right here we need to specify all the child elements in the brackets. Suppose for example if you are writing the description for an XML document, okay, suppose for the parent element if you are writing, so how we need to write less than exclamatory mark element followed by, suppose for example the root element is employee, so employee in the brackets under that employee what the child elements we have we need to list it out here. Okay, right. So next, after that, and if you want to describe the child elements, okay, right. So how we will describe means less than exclamatory mark, then followed by element name. Okay, right. So we need to specify the element name. This for the child elements. Okay, so element name. Okay, what is the child element? Okay, then followed by hash PC data, the PC data. Okay. So like that we need to write. Okay. Right. So here see, if you want to define an XML document, okay. So this is a procedure we need to follow in BTD. What is that one? Is the actual syntax for to define an XML document is less than exclamatory mark. Okay. Right. Then see here. So if you want in the XML document, you can able to find the root element and the child elements. Okay, right. So while writing the definition, okay, right. So two different procedures we need to follow here. The first one is see here less than exclamatory mark element for the root element. If you want write means element name. Under the root, what are the sub child elements? All those things you have to list out here. Right. Then after that, in the next line we will be having child elements. For to write the child elements, okay. So how we need to write means, so less than exclamatory mark element followed by the child element, and we need to specify the data type. Okay, right. So whatever the information that you will specify in an XML document, okay, that will be treated as a text document. Okay, right. So we will be taking all the data as a text data type only. Okay, we will consider the data as the text data only. That's why we have one data type we will use, okay, for to represent the data, that is PC data. That is one parsable data type. Okay, right. So PC data stands for parsable character data. PC data stands for parsable character data. Okay, right. So see here, supposing that I have one document. Okay, supposing that I have one XML document. We will take one example and we will see it. Okay. Let it be, I will give the clarity to you. So element. Right. Supposing that I have one XML document by the name employee is the root element. So under that the employee name or email Ramu, right? Email. Next after that employee number like 101 slash email. Okay. If you want, you can add one more field also, one more element also. Right. Here overall how many elements? Three elements. Okay. Right. So employee is the root element and these are all child elements. Okay. Right. So how to write the definition here? See. For the root element, how will write means, okay. How I will write for the root element? See here. Less than exclamatory mark followed by element, right? Followed by what is the root element name here? Employee. Under the employee, what are the child elements we have here? Child elements are name, comma, right? Employee name, comma, number. Okay. These are all what? Two different child elements, then close the tag. Okay. So here, so if you want to describe the root element of an XML document, so less than exclamatory mark element, okay. Then followed by the root element name is employee. Under the root element, we have two different child elements, that is employee name and employee number. Okay, right. So employee name and employee number. So these two are what child element. That's why I wrote in the brackets. Okay, then this one is completed. Now, if I want to describe the child elements, okay. So here I am representing some data for the elements. Okay, these data will be treated as a text data, right? If you write any information, okay, in XML, the thing will be treated as a text only. So if you want to describe the child elements here, how we will write in DTD, that is exclamatory mark element in capital letters. So what is the child element now? Name. And what is the data here? The text data. So if you want to represent the text data, you should write it as hash PC data. No need to write any data. Okay, just you have to write like that. Next, if you want to describe another element, so exclamatory mark followed by element, then key number followed by hash PC data. Right? So parsable character data. Close. Okay. So like this, we have to describe the document. Okay. Right. So if you have given an XML document in this manner, okay. So you can write the definition like this. Okay. Right. So here, how we have described this XML document here. See. So XML document consists of some elements here, that is root element is employee and the child elements are name and number. Don't worry about the data and all, okay? So any information, whatever you write here, that will be treated as a text information. So here if you want to describe this particular document, okay, by using DTD, that is document type definition, okay? So this procedure we need to follow. So what is the syntax here for the root element less than exclamatory mark followed by element? So root element is employee. Under the root element we have two child elements. Those names we are writing here. And after that, for to describe the child elements, okay. So element followed by name and whatever the data that will be treated as a PC data. Okay, right? Text data. Okay, parsable character data. So here, see in DTD, we are using one data type. That is the data type is PC data is one data type that is available in DTD. Okay, for to represent any information, for to represent any text data. Okay, parsable character data. Right. So this thing will be helpful. Okay, that is what hash PC data. Okay, this is the data type we will be using this. Okay, so like this we can describe the DTD in this way. Okay, right. So actually this DTD once again can be categorized into two different types. The DTD once again is classified into two different types. Another thing what we have to understand here is, okay, if you write any DTD, okay, right. So based on the types of DTD, okay, you can save it also. Okay, right. So the DTD can be classified into two different types. That is internal DTD, and external DTD. See here, you can save the description of a document within the same XML file, or you can export the DTD to a separate file. Okay, that facility also will be available. Okay, right. Within a document, if you are storing the definition and XML document in only one file. Okay, so you can link that DTD with that XML document. Okay, so by using some concept, okay, right? So by using some tag, okay, you can add that within a file. Suppose if you want to save that definition externally, okay, means in another file, you can specify that link to an XML document, and you can uh, save that content DTD content in separate file. Okay, that facility also will be available. So based on that DTD definition, okay, so it can be categorized into two different types, that is internal DTD and the external DTD. Okay, so these are two different types. Okay, so in the next lecture, okay, so I will be explaining you what is the internal DTD and what is the external DTD. Okay, very easy one. Okay, right. So by using just one tag element, okay, right. So we can add these two, this DTD to the XML document. Very easy. Okay, right. So thank you.